Hey creatives, and welcome to Cinema Sunday. I'm so glad to be back. And by the way, guys, happy Easter to any of you that celebrate it. Today, I am concentrating on that wonderful holiday with the bunny and the eggs, and that is Easter. Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome, like I said, to Cinema Sunday. Today we are talking 5 Easter films that you should see, as well as the 5x5. I'm going to harken back to the days of old and talk about 5 Bible epics that I think you should see as well. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and do the 5x5. Here you go. So 5 Bible epics that I think you should see. The Robe, Ben-Hur, Barabbas, 10 Commandments, and a newer one, Risen. And those are 5 Bible epics that are really awesome cinematography wise, as well as acting and some cool things as well. Most of them are of the older persuasion, but they are fantastic nonetheless. So check those out. And so let's go into the 5 Easter films that I like. So we'll get started, and in no particular order. I know in the past I had done like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm just gonna, no particular order, I'm just gonna give you these 5 films because honestly, a lot of them, it's really hard to tell you which one's better than the other one, because that's only my opinion, which is fine. Which, by the way, before we get started, let me talk about only my opinion, which in the description below, I will leave a link to it. That is my blog over on my website. So please, if you love film and the written word, head on over, check out the rest of my great content over there as well. And also in the description below, some links to some social media so you can come join me, see what I'm doing over on those platforms as well. So let's get started. Okay, so we'll start with just kind of like a fun one, and that is Hop. It is a newer movie. It had James Marsden, Russell Brand, Kaylee Cuoco. The son of the Easter Bunny wants to be a musician, so he runs away because he doesn't want to be the Easter Bunny. This whole like plot to take over Easter with a peep. By the way, those things are freaking nasty. Nasty. I don't like them. In the comments below, let me know, is there anybody that actually does like them? Because, ugh. You. But Cadbury eggs? Now we're talking. Anyway, I digress. Let's go back to the movie. So basically this movie's on here because it's just fun. It's very in the frame of the newer comedies where like a kid could go see it and there's adult-like humor in it that adults will understand but maybe kids won't. So there's a lot of that. The animation is actually pretty well done. The voices pretty good. Like everything about it's just fun, and that's why it's on here. Honestly, Easter movies are hard to come by, so I just kind of scoured and found the ones that I really liked, and that was one of them. So that was number 1. Number two is another animated film, and it's Rise of the Guardians, and it's not necessarily an Easter movie, but it does have the Easter Bunny in it. So in general, all the holiday icons band together to fight this villain. I can never remember the villain's name. Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember the villain's name. I haven't seen it in a while, but it was a fun movie. I want to say it was the Sandman. It was the Sandman. So they band together to fight him, and the Easter Bunny is in there. This one, the Easter Bunny, like, I actually really enjoyed him. Was a little, had like, I don't know. Check it out, Rise of the Guardians. It has the voices of Chris Pine, Isla Fisher, Alec Baldwin, Jude Law. There's a lot of really great talent in it. It was really awesomely done. The animation was spectacular, and it is based on a book series. I don't think they're gonna make another one. I don't remember how well it did in the movie theaters, but I don't think it did as good as they thought it would. I really enjoyed it, so check it out. Not technically an Easter movie, but the Easter Bunny is in it. So there. Number 3, and once again, Easter Parade is number 3. That's 1948. Judy Garland, Fred Astaire. Kind of just that classical old musical that's just fun to watch. You know, the music is great, of course. The music was done by, Arthur Freed. The music was done by, I tell you, dude, the names are leaving me today. The music was done by Arthur Freed, so of course the music is amazing. You have Fred Astaire dancing, Judy Garland, who I normally get some flack, but is not my favorite, but Fred Astaire, I mean, I love him. So it's a great movie. Basic concept is, it's kind of like the old romance where it's hard to describe. So Fred Astaire hires this new dancer to make his old dance partner jealous, and then, you know, yada, 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 people fall in love. It's a typical musical, but it is a fun watch if you're looking for something a little bit more lighthearted and not as heavy as the Bible epics I talked about in the 5x5, which, speaking of, number 4 is the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments is a long movie, but it is fantastic. Charlton Heston, Yul Brynner, so it has Ann Baxter, Yvonne DiCarlo, and of course it's the story of Moses and the 10 Commandments, and it is one of those sweeping epics of yore that, you know, we just don't do anymore, or we don't do the same anymore. You know, it's a classic. So what I have to say is the set design and everything was amazing, and it is a classic. So if for no other reason, whether you celebrate Easter and you're looking for a great Easter film, or you're just a film nerd and want to see a classic, this is a classic. Everyone should see it at least once. Yeah, so check it out, 10 Commandments. And then number 5 is another one that was on my 5x5, and I put this on here because there wasn't a lot of modern epics and modern Easter films that I really liked. I know there's going to be people that talk about The Passion of Christ. I did not like that movie. It was not something that I was into. I'm sure it was a fine film. I just watched it and I couldn't make it through it. It was just too much for me. But Risen, 2016, it was directed by Kevin Reynolds, who did Waterworld and a couple others. Had Joseph Fiennes and Tom Felton from Harry Potter. It was a great production value. It was well adapted. And then unlike Passion of Christ, which we'll talk about that for a few seconds here, really dove into being very controversial, and I think maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, is because I felt like that was the reason they did it, was to be controversial, and that's a problem. I feel like if you want to tell the story and you want to tell it because of your faith or tell it because you think it's a viable story or anything like that, that's fine. But when you go into a movie expecting controversy and doing the movie to get controversy so the film does well, that's a problem for me. I like it when you tell a story. I like it when you have passion behind your film, but it shouldn't be created so that you can create controversy to make a buck. That's my opinion. It could be the wrong opinion. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. I'd be interested to hear what you have to think. So it follows a Roman soldier who's been tasked to find the body of Christ after he is risen, and goes along after that. So it's a period, of course it is, the set designs and the wardrobing and everything are amazing. So check it out, Risen. It is probably the only modern Bible epic that I actually really like. And if you guys have any, let me know in the comments below. I'd love, you know me, I'll watch anything. So put it down below. Let me know if there's something I missed, and I'll check that out too. So guys, that's my 5 Easter films. And once again, for those that celebrate Happy Easter, for those of you that don't, these are still great films. They aren't really specifically religious, except for Risen and 10 Commandments. Even though they are a religious film, they are fantastic films. So check them out. And guys, that's it for my 5 Easter films you should check out. That's it, guys, for my 5 Easter films I think you should see. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure if you're digging on Cinema Sunday, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and make sure to check in my description below to check out my blog as well as my social media. I'd love to create this dialogue with us on other platforms as well. Until next time, guys, get out there, be creative.